Well, hello there, and welcome to this episode of The Terri Cole Show. This is a very special episode. If you are someone who doesn't love New Year's resolutions, I am someone who does not love New Year's resolutions, then this episode is for you. It is an annual ritual. I'm going to walk you through it right now. So go get a piece of paper. You could do it on your notes app in your phone as well. You can listen to it. You'll be able to pause these instructions. And I'm also going to give you everything you need in the guide, terricole.com/guide. So don't worry if you don't want to take notes at all and you just want to watch this for 20 minutes, that's fine too. But if you want to manifest your heart's desire in 2026, then this episode is for you, my friend. Before we get into it, if you are new to this channel, hello, welcome. We are so happy that you are here. Please make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time we roll out new stuff, which is every Tuesday and every Thursday. I wouldn't want you to miss it, seeing as out you're the people that I create it for. Thank you so much for your questions and your comments. I absolutely appreciate you. All right, let's move it on into today's content. All right, New Year's resolutions. I don't like them. They don't work. So I'm inviting you right now to trade in your New Year's resolution for something that will not only open your mind and your heart, but will powerfully clear the way for you to actually create what you want for the next 12 months. This ritual, this annual ritual that I have been doing for over a decade, is an invitation to give yourself space, time, and the luxury of thinking about these things in a real way, because life gets busy, my friends, and it's so easy for us to be like, fine, yes, I know I should, but I'm not going to. Oh, please do. This is me. There's no excuse. I'm inviting you right now, and I wrote everything in the guide for you. So if you can read, you can do this, and it's not going to take forever, but I want it to be joyful. My hope is that this practice, right, will help you process the experiences of 2025, raise your awareness about the lessons learned, and release what no longer serves you while we manifest into this next 12 months of our lives. So this is a therapeutic process that will help you unpack 2025 and help you understand your growth. I never understood New Year's resolutions where you just like go, okay, this is what I want to happen. How can we do that without processing the year that just was? How do we know what changes we need to make? I don't get it. Anyway, this is my most favorite sacred ritual to start the year feeling energized, clear, and ready to take on the next year. So all you need to do is set aside some time and space to work through the questions that I'm providing for you in the guide. I'll tell you what they are here too, but because it's pretty long, I don't think I'll have enough time in 20 minutes to do the whole thing. So don't worry, it's all in the guide. But I want you to make a date with yourself. Put it on your calendar. Every year I do it with my sisters or my girlfriends, so I gather people to do it because it's so much fun to do it together, right? We can witness each other. You might want to set up a little Zen den to do it in, right? Light a candle, make it cozy blanket, something warm to drink, or a glass of wine, depending on whatever your pleasure is. This is like a gift to give yourself for the end of this year, moving into next year. So get ready for a deep dive. The first list that we're going to be creating is your peak experiences of 2025. So peak experiences can be good and bad, right? We're not just thinking about the good ones. These are incredible opportunities, though, any peak experience, to really grab a hold of some self-knowledge, to promote growth, to spur transformation. So when you think back to this year, what were the most impactful moments? And I wouldn't, in this list, because we're going to be learning something from it, I wouldn't list the death of a loved one here. I don't feel like this is an appropriate place to process that, even though I know it is a peak experience if that happened for you. So when you think back to the year, what were the most impactful moments, right? What experiences really imprinted on you and why? What were your biggest wins? What were the hardest things? What were the most surprising? What was the most joyful, right? Is there anything that you would have done differently? And if so, what? So those are the questions you're going to be answering for list number 1. List number 2 is going to move us into big bragging, right? It's your big fat brag list, as I like to call it. Acknowledging and celebrating your strengths and accomplishments is healthy and uplifting and so important, and most of us do not do it enough. Even if it was just literally holding your shit together by the skin of your teeth, you did it. And even if you lost it for some of 2025, but you're kind of back to it now. You're still here. You're still listening to this right now or watching this right now. That is enough. You got to give yourself credit for just making it through the show that was 2025. Really, bragging and self-acknowledgement really is a radical act of self-love. And we all could use more self-love. Now, couldn't we? I think we could. So you're going to be writing down, and I want you to think about right now, just bring it to your mind. What was your biggest accomplishment of 2025? What are the things that you're most proud of for 2025? I stepped out of my comfort zone in 2025, and I accepted an invitation to speak at a conference that was all clinical people. And they asked me back again for next year, which is very exciting. But, for me, that was stepping out of my comfort zone, because usually I'm just doing this type of stuff, What did you do that was out of your comfort zone in 2025? What muscles did you build? How did it play out, right? What were you proudest of? When you look back on the year, what are the things, the experiences, the choices that you're proudest of? And really let yourself get into this list, because I guarantee you, unless you do this ritual with me every year, you probably don't. Unless you have some kind of ritualistic way of bragging, and if you do, I'd love to hear about it. But most people don't. I feel like there's a lingering thing that we were taught as kids, that like there's something messed up about it. You'll get a big head. There's something wrong about bragging. I really feel like it's a really important thing to do, because it's not bragging. It's self-acknowledgement. It's the truth. And it's funny, I have such a negative reaction to like false humility or exaggerated humility, like where people are like, oh no, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I literally can't stand that. I don't know. It feels like someone who didn't do their work is expecting me to do their work. If you don't think it's a big deal, it's your life, fine. But I love when someone says, I'm so proud. This was one of my biggest accomplishments of 2025, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, you should be. And even with clients and my kids, instead of saying, I'm so proud of you, I'll always say, I hope you're proud of you. Because you know what matters? What you think about you. Right? My kids' accomplishments are not about me. They're about them. Okay, wow. I got distracted. All right, we're moving on to list number 3. This is my favorite part, I think, or one of, I don't know. I love this ritual. It's just so complete, because I have been tweaking with it for over 10 years. So crap I'm leaving in 2025. That is list number 3. So you've journaled your peak experiences by now, right? And you can use them to guide you and continue to think about all the different areas of your life that what are the things that you're ready to release in those areas. So we're thinking about what was stressful, what was painful, what crap do we not want to slog into 2026, right? People, places, things, feelings, circumstances, experiences, and situations, anything that you're like, oh my God, bye-bye, leave it. So it could have to do with your relationship with yourself. It could be negative inner self-talk. It could be something with your health or your family, your friendships, your job, finances, romantic relationships, mental health, other. There's so many others that we could add there. So I gave you a couple to start the list. But your crap you're leaving in 2025 list, it's going to be very cathartic when you write these down. And again, so much of the time we just roll from one year to the next. As my friend and mentor and soul brother David G would say, we get up, burn through the day, drop, go to sleep, do it all over again the next day. And I really feel like this ritual is a pattern interruption that's filled with joy and possibility and hope, but it actually does something. It's not just an exercise in bullshit or positive thinking or wishful thinking. I mean, we're made up of energy. What you think about matters. What you think about yourself matters. What you say matters. The resentment you're holding on to matters, and it's heavy, and it gets in the way of other things that you want. So yes, This is a ritual which can sound kind of woo, but honestly, it is really powerful. And do it with sincerity. Do it with your whole heart. Invite a close friend or your partner or your family to do it with you. Start it as your annual ritual, because we all know New Year's resolutions don't fucking work. So why is anyone ever even doing them anymore? Let's not. It's just a setup for failure most of the time. So I like to do this instead. All right, list number 4. All right, I think maybe I love this list the most. I don't know. I love them all. But gems of wisdom from 2025. So we're going to be listing everything that we learned. And a lot of the gems of wisdom are gems from the crap, right? We got to be looking. Imagine that you're looking through a crap stew. You got to roll up your sleeves and look for the gems of wisdom in every shitty situation, every stressful situation that you went through. What did you learn about yourself? Because this is what it is. These gems of wisdom are really gems of self-knowledge. This is about you, that you will take with you into these next 12 months, so you don't have to keep repeating the crappy situations that you listed in list number 3. How do we change them? We acknowledge them. We pivot. We make a decision. We do something different. So look back through your peak experiences, your brags, and the crap you're leaving, and ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How will it influence what I do going forward? And how did it impact my self-identity? I could say that stretching out of my comfort zone and doing that conference, how that impacted my self-identity was in a positive way. Well, it made me say yes to a next year to do it, but more than that, it made me question the limiting belief that I just continued to carry about my worthiness, about my contributions, about my brain, about what I have to offer. And it's normal. I mean, listen, vacillating between, feeling very self-assured and having some insecurities is that's called being a human being. But I love to see the way that one of the peak experiences of last year actually positively impacted my self-identity. So I'll give you that example so you can think of your own. So I want you to be specific about these, because this can cover all areas of your life: home, relationships, work, finances, friendships, health, all of it. So this is pretty exhaustive. I would say give yourself time to really do that. And you might want to do that not in a whole group setting. You might want to give yourself some sacred space to do it. And then we move on to the fun list, which is list number 5, which is, what am I creating in 2026? So just allow that, feel the expansion of the possibilities of what you could be creating in this next year, right? Now that you've processed the good, the bad, the ugly, and the gems and the lessons, it's time to think about how you want to feel, right? What positive changes do you want to make in all areas of your life in 2026? So this is your space to commit to what you're creating with your one big, beautiful life, right? And you're going to keep this list. We're going to do some burn rituals with some of the other lists, but this one you keep as a reminder the whole year long. So really open up and tune into your desires and be as specific as possible. Specificity really matters when you're creating shit. It really does. So just be specific. I've included some categories to make it easy. You can find that in the guide, terricole.com/guide. What do you want more? How do you want to feel in your relationship? Because it's not just what we want, you guys. The reason I started with this is because very influenced by my really close friend Danielle Laporte, right? Her core desired feelings. That it isn't just what we want, because a lot of times what we think we want will not produce what we really want, which is a particular feeling. So the questions you're going to be answering in the guide is, how do I want to feel in my relationship? Cherished, loved, adored, right? How do I want to feel in my body? Vibrant, energized, beautiful in my home, in my family, in my friendship. So you'll see we're sort of backing into it Danielle Laporte style from a feeling state rather than just a noun state. Like, what is the thing I'm doing? Okay, so then we're going to reflect and we're going to visualize. That's the next step in this process once you're done with what you're creating. So you're going to keep your brag and your gems of wisdom list someplace that's easy for you to access. And I want you to read them when you need a reminder of how capable and just amazing you really are. Then you're going to take your 2026 creation list and put it in a place where you can see it easily and often. And you can make duplicate copies. You can keep it as a desktop picture. You can hang it up. My friend Sabrina Soto hangs hers in like a plastic sleeve in her shower and looks at it and feels the feeling of having those things every day. And she's the most insane manifestor I've ever met. If you don't know her, she has her own TV show, Sabrina Soto, S-O-T-O. Look her up. She's unbelievable. Anyway, she really is, though, the manifesting queen. I love it. That's such a good idea because we're going to be taking a shower anyway. Why not be looking at your manifestation lists and feeling the feelings of having it? That is the key, you guys. Every time you read your creation list for 2026, you conjure the emotions. Even if you've never had this thing before, you can imagine how it will feel to have it, right? Visualize yourself inside of those experiences. If it's travel, visualize that. I was talking to one of my friends who really wants to be in a relationship, and I was like, this is what you're thinking about. You're thinking about your new boyfriend texting you, hey babe, pack something, pack a bathing suit and a bag. I'm coming to pick you up. We're going somewhere warm. Because that would be like a dream for her because I know what she's looking for. And she was like, oh my God, that's like my shorthand for what I'm creating in 2026. And you guys can do the same thing, whatever your dream may be. So most important, yes, see the thing, feel the feelings, for sure. That's important. But you also must take steps daily to make that list your real life, right? So my friend also has to be on dating apps, right? She can't just sit in her Manhattan apartment and dream about somebody taking her somewhere warm, right? We need to be taking action steps every day in the real world, as well as feeling the feelings and letting the universe conspire in our favor to create the experiences that we want to have in 2026. You could also make a vision board and put these, images on that resonate with your desires if you want to. But taking positive action and consciously conjuring the feelings of already having what it is that you want is a powerful way to stay on track to create your heart's desires in 2026 for sure. And the last thing I'm going to quickly tell you about, all these instructions are in the guide, terricole.com/guide. You can do this alone. You can do it as a New Year's Eve ritual, which I do many years. You're going to take list number 3, that's the one with the crap that you want to leave in 2025 on it, and you're going to burn it. Make sure you burn it somewhere safe and legal. The last thing you need is the fire department coming into your house. I one time burnt my list on 58th and 8th Avenue, and a policeman came over. I didn't realize, I don't know, I grew up in New Jersey. I didn't know that lighting a fire in a garbage can in New York City was illegal. I was young. Anyway, that was 12 years ago, but I'm just saying. Point is, please, if you're going to burn something safe and legal, you're ritualistically burning away the negativity, the stuff you don't want, the stuff you've outgrown. As your list of crap is burning, somewhere safe, just visualize that energy is being taken away from you and being released back into the universal energy. When it's done, you're just going to say this simple affirmation: I'm so happy and grateful now. I am free. And you are free. You are free to create what it is that you want. You just have to have the audacity of hope and the willingness to work and the strength to reflect, because that's what's required in this ritual to do it. And burning is a very powerful way of reaffirming to the universe that you are done with unsatisfying or painful experiences, emotions, circumstances, and that you are freeing yourself from them. And last but not least, then you celebrate, feeling liberated and lighter and just being like, 2026, baby, here we come. So I hope so much that you do this ritual. Please take pictures of your burning and you're writing it and put it on Instagram and tag me. I love it so much. It makes me so incredibly happy. And then I can't wait to hear when these things start actually manifesting in your real life, because they will. Even if the world is a dumpster fire, show, which it is kind of, we still have to have the audacity to hope. And we have a right to change our own lives, right? So I hope that this was helpful. Please share it with the people in your life. Have this ritual party, this what crap are you leaving in 2025 party with your friends and your family. I would love to see pictures from all of that. I hope that this adds value to your life. And as always, take care of you.